All right, so I just got back from watching the Five Nights at Freddy's movie, the adaptation of the cult classic video game series from a couple years back that is apparently still as popular as ever. This movie is going to be a big hit amongst fans of the Five Nights at Freddy's franchise. Unfortunately, I am not a fan of this franchise. I do not have the nostalgia for the games, but I was curious to see if this movie could kind of bring me up to speed and kind of introduce me to this world that I have complete ignorance of. And I will say on the best part about this movie was watching it in a theater full of fans of this franchise. It definitely made the experience worth having because if they weren't there, this movie would have been a slog to get through. It is not a horror movie, no matter what the trailers may try to convince you. It is very much a thriller, but it's not very thrilling. This movie's very, very boring. I don't know a lot about the game, but I do know that it is essentially just a jump scare game that is designed to scare you with creepy animatronics jumping out of nowhere and giving you a scare, and then you start the game over again, hoping to survive 5 nights. The movie is not like that at all. It has some homages to that idea, but there is no sense of tension, of danger. I was never really worried about anybody that I was supposed to be worried about in this movie. There are characters that are introduced, and you know immediately, oh, they're gonna die. There's no surprises in this movie at all. And if you want a movie to be scary, you have to surprise people because if there's no surprises, then there's no scares. So I was never surprised by anything that happened in this movie. I could see everything coming a mile away, and it's not because I'm a genius. It's just because I really don't think the movie was trying to be scary. I just think it was trying to be a movie for fans of the franchise to go, oh, I recognize the thing. Because let me tell you, there were about like 8 times where my entire theater erupted with applause and cheers once someone said someone's name or a certain character showed up. They lost their minds. And good for them, they like this franchise, then, this movie's giving them what they want. But for me, as someone who doesn't know anything and was trying to figure out what was going on and trying to think, what am I getting out of this movie? It's really nothing. This movie's not going to do anything for you if you're not already a fan of the games. So this is really going to spark, once again, a debate like we got with the Mario movie of critics are really not going to like this, but fans really do. And so like, oh, well, it's for the fans. And in this case, it's really true. Fans will love it. If you're not a fan, you probably won't really get it. I certainly did it. I don't really see what the hype is all about. I thought it was extremely boring. The movie focuses way too much on the wrong stuff. It should have just been a movie about a guy trying to survive 5 nights at this haunted animatronic Chuck E. Cheese game, store. But instead, it's about some family drama about this guy who's just trying to solve some sort of mystery, but there's no tension in the mystery, and they keep going back to the same locations in the dream over and over, and it's really messy and confusing, and you lose interest about halfway through. There is one fun scene of the animatronics killing bad guys, but that's it. There's just one fun scene. The movie, that scene should have been the whole movie, but it's not. It's just this big, long slog of a movie that is just really uninteresting. Matthew Lillard is in this, and if you know who Matthew Lillard is, he does the voice of Shaggy in the Scooby-Doo stuff, and he's been in the old Scream movies and stuff, and he has a bit of fun in a kind of a cameo role. But besides that, everyone else is just kind of getting their paycheck with this one. So yeah, unfortunately, not really a recommendation from me for this movie, unless you like Five Nights at Freddy's, in which case, go, have fun, who am I to stop you? But if that's not you, then stay away from this one and maybe try some other movie next week.